Hello friends, welcome to the course on Institutional Management and Administration. In this session today, friends, we are going to talk on very important issue of institutional management process, that is staffing. Staffing means putting right man for the right job. In this session, we shall understand how to appreciate the importance of staffing function of the management in an effective human resource development. We shall also understand the steps involved in staffing in an educational institution. Friends, let's first understand what exactly is staffing. Staffing is a managerial function which involves managing the institutional structure through proper and effective selection, appraisal, and development of personnel to fill the roles assigned to the employees. It is a means of discovering and obtaining competent employees for various jobs. It helps in improving the quantity and quality of output by putting the right man for the right job. It helps in improving job satisfaction of employees. The main purpose of staffing is to reduce cost of personnel by avoiding wastage of human resource. The major steps of staffing are manpower planning, recruitment, selection, orientation and placement, training and development, remuneration, performance evaluation and appraisal, promotion and transfer. So these are the 8 important elements of staffing. Let's understand each one of them separately. First, manpower planning. Manpower planning, which is the first step of any staffing process, which is also called as the human resource planning, consists of putting right number of people, right kind of people at right place, right time of doing the right things for which they are placed, and determining their requirements for the achievement of goals of an institution. The steps involved in manpower planning are analyzing the current manpower inventory, means what type of people we are having, what type of jobs are there, accordingly what type of current skill set which is required, and then finalizing what type of manpower requirements are for the future, making future manpower forecasts, developing employment programs, designing training programs. These are the 4 major steps of any manpower planning process. Then comes the second step, that is recruitment. Recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the jobs in the institution. There are basically 2 types of recruitment processes. First is internal, other is external. Under the internal process, the 3 categories of recruitment process are transfers, promotions, re-employment of ex-employees. Under the external, the type of recruitment processes are employment at the institution level, advertisements, employment exchanges, employment through employment agencies, employment through other educational institutions based on recommendations, and labor contractors, which is being put into use these days in the practice of the institutional management. The third step of the staffing is selection. This refers to the process of choosing from candidates those who will become employees of the institution. Selection process involves development of selection criteria, then advertisement, shortlisting of candidates, application form submission, testing and interviewing, reference checking, making the final selection decision, and submission of medical requirement. Then comes the process of orientation and placement of the employees who have been selected in the institution. Orientation is the process of receiving and welcoming an employee when he first joins the institute. Then comes the process of placement, which includes fitting the selected person at the right job or place, that is fitting square pegs in square holes and round pegs in round holes. After the selection of the employees and their placement, at the time of orientation, the major information which needs to be given to the employees is brief history and activities of the institute's organizational structure in terms of organization chart, who is commanding, who is authority, who is responding to whom, who is accountable to whom, span of control, and its width is also told at the time of orientation. Then policies and procedures of the institute, products and services of the institute, location of the department and employees' facilities, safety measures taken in the institution, grievance procedures, benefits and services of the employees, standing orders and disciplinary procedures, opportunities for training, promotion, transfers, etc., suggestion schemes, and rules and regulations implemented in the institution. This is in brief the gist of the information which needs to be given to the employees who have been selected in the institution at the time of orientation. Let's understand the significance of placement in an institution. Right placement enhances employee morale. It helps in employee turnover reduction. It aids in lessening absenteeism. It facilitates in accident or mishap rates reduction. It helps in avoiding misfit between the candidate and the job, and it assists the candidate to work based on the preset objectives of an institution. So, after the selection of the candidate, his placement at the right type of job, where there is a job which is requiring his skill set and it's of his interest, placement plays a very significant role. So that's the reason placement should be as per the wishes, as per the orientation, as per the thought process, as per the motivation, as per the skill set of the individual. After the placement, the development of people is very important. So training and development, which is another important part of the staffing, takes place. In training, we try to enhance the skills, capabilities and knowledge of the employees for doing a particular job. The broad objective is to make sure the availability of a skilled and willing workforce to an institution. Let's understand some of the benefits of training and development. The benefits are enhancement of employees' morale, requirement of less supervision because the employees are already trained, they know what to do, when to do and how to do. It also leads to less accidents because of the competency enhancement of the individuals. It enhances the quality and productivity, and it also leads to enhancement of opportunities for promotion. There are basically two methods of training and development. First is on the job, when the person is performing at the time he is being trained, and off the job he is being sent to some other place to undergo a training, that is called off the job. After the training and development, another important part of staffing is to fixation of remuneration of the employee. He should know what package he is getting, why he is getting this package, and what motivates him. This is based on the remuneration which an individual gets. Remuneration is the overall compensation that an employee receives in exchange for the services he performed for the employer. Remuneration packages can consist of employee benefits or fringe benefits, deferred payment, for example, pension system, related to the time means paid holidays, sick pay. Some of the things are related to payment in kind. These can be in terms of subsidized meals or transport, or items such as official cars, which may be provided as a reward and sign of status in the institutional hierarchy rather than as tools for the performance on the job. After the placement, after the training, another important part of the staffing is performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is a review and discussion of the employee's performance of assigned duties and responsibilities. The broad objectives of performance appraisal are to keep records for deciding on compensation to be given to the employees, their wage structure, their salary raises, etc., to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the employees in order to place the right man for right job, assess the potential present in the person for future growth and development. After the performance appraisal, another important part of the staffing is promotion and transfer. Promotion and transfer is again based on the performance appraisal of an improvement. It can sometimes act as a positive aspect, sometimes it can act as a negative aspect. Let's discuss what promotion is exactly. Promotion means appointment of an employee to another position within the same department or elsewhere in the institution, involving duties and responsibilities of a more demanding nature and recognized by a higher pay grade and salary. Means you are promoted, it's a positive aspect after the performance appraisal, means your duties you are performing are excellent. That's the reason you are being recognized for higher opportunities, higher accountability. Then another part of the promotion and transfer is the transfer. appointment of an employee to another position within the same department or elsewhere in the institution involving duties and responsibilities of a similar nature and having a comparable pay, grade and salary. In some situations, the transfer may be at lesser pay grade or salary when it is being considered as a punishment. Friends, this is all I wanted to deal with you under the broad head of staffing, which is a very important component of any institutional management process. Let's revise what we have dealt with in this session. First, with staffing. Staffing is a management function that involves recruiting people with necessary knowledge and skills into an institution and developing them into precious institutional resources. It is a commitment to acquiring, training, appraising and compensating employees. It is a process of continuous developing people for meeting upcoming requirements of talented pool for shouldering greater responsibilities. This is all I wanted to deal under the broad head of staffing. Thank you very much.